Oh, man, let's talk about a little bit of nepotism. And Devin McCourty, who went on Chris Long's podcast, talking about Bill Belichick and his son, Steve Belichick. And instead of me talking about it, let's hear from Devin himself. Here's a quote. The one thing that I've loved about Steve is his honesty. He was talking to Chris Long about. He said, I remember Steve takes over after Pat Graham left. Brian Flores is moving to linebackers coach. And Steve said, Bill tells him 2 weeks before off-season program starts that he's going to be the safeties coach. Now, he's walking in the room. It's me, Pat Chung, Duron Harmon, Nate Ebner. We got all these veterans. I'm older than Steve. Pat's older than Steve. Steve played with Duron at Rutgers, and he's probably the same age as Nate. And he walks in and goes, yo, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. My dad told me 2 weeks. First of all, my dad sounds young as hell. You coaching grown men, you walk in the room and say, my dad told me. That is hilarious. That's the best part of this. My dad told me 2 weeks ago that I was going to have this job. Oh, and now I'm just sitting here like, I don't know. What's next? And that first year, we all just worked together. Now, the point of the story was to emphasize how much Belichick has grown, all right? It's supposed to be like, yo, he walked in, didn't know what the hell he was doing, admitted it, and still became a good coach, right? We love that. Now he's like basically the co-defensive coordinator, him and Gerard Mayo, right? Beast. But here's some more from that story. So now when I look at him, I think his growth has come because of his honesty. Not coming in saying, my dad is Bill Belichick, you know what I'm saying? I was born a coach, you know what I mean? I'm going to do this, baby. You know, you hate those guys. No, he came in was like, I'm going to learn from some veterans that I've got in this room and, you know, take advantage of that opportunity that I get, and I'm going to grow as a coach. Like, that's the way he came in. Now, there's so much to talk about right here, but one, good for you, Bill Belichick, having enough power to say, look, I'm going to drop some crumbs on the table, and those going to be my kids, and damn it, they going to take over after me. I am a fan of nepotism, in part because I did not benefit from nepotism. Let's start there. I was pissed off at my parents when I realized what poverty was, when I realized what the hood was, when I realized why we were in that neighborhood. I was mad because I was like, dog, y'all didn't prepare? And, you know a lot of people don't like to have this conversation, but you put that pressure on yourself. So I made sure I had the conversation with my parents. I was like, Daddy, at 18, what were you thinking? And Mama, at 18, what were you thinking? Well, you want to hear the real? At 18, my father was moving from Tyler, Texas to San Diego. His job, work at a gas station. Okay, my daddy didn't plan ahead. My daddy used to work summers picking cotton for $1. Okay. Different strokes, different folks, and different circumstances. I was like, all right, Daddy, I just wanted to hear it. Mama, what were you doing at 18? Because they're putting all this pressure on me. I'm going to college, I got scholarship offers. They thinking I'm going pro, even though they're not saying it overtly. They kind of starting to bank on that. And I'm like, y'all putting all this on me? What were y'all doing? Set us up. We were on welfare growing up, food stamps. I got paid 3 times a month, the 1st, the 3rd, and the 15th. Those were the 3 happiest days of the month because we had $5. Other than that, yo, chill out, right? So I'm like, all right, all good. My mom, what were you doing? 17, had a kid. 19, had me. Okay, Mama, I get it. That's why her happiest moment, she said, was when I made it, when I got drafted, because all those hits that she took over the years, people saying she wasn't going to be shit. She wasn't going to do anything. Girl, you from Compton with 2 kids at 19, bye-bye, life gone, right? And she said, I materialized into something that she dedicated herself to, and I'll be real, my mom and dad were all in. Not perfect, but all in. So she said, me manifesting into that made her so proud. But nepotism, I am a fan of. It motivates me to work hard. Look, if MJ was of age and size, actually he's already of size, but if he was of age to be in the NFL, yes. And the only thing that I would do even quicker than that is put him in the NBA. The point being, like, I'm going to hook my kids up as much as I can. I went to that Columbia function yesterday. You should have heard what those dudes' kids were doing. One, all going to Columbia, and two, working in the business, working for the company, working for the family. Y'all got to get this the right way. Now, it is something that rubs us the wrong way in terms of people can leap and cross over and leap the line and jump in front of the line when they don't qualify. And that is a real argument. By the merits, you don't qualify. But one thing I learned from the real world experience is that it's not as merit-based as sports. Now, sports is supposed to be a meritocracy, like nothing but merits, and we know damn well that ain't true anymore, right? We can see the politics at play. So then when you get into this conversation of the real world and I am the CEO, who am I going to hire as, I don't know, my assistant, my VP, my president? I'm going to look for someone in my circle. Now, this becomes a conversation that becomes racialized, let's be real, because a lot of people are like, look, white Americans have the head start. And so since they have the head start, we can't practice nepotism because they always have the lead. Even though there are metrics that shows that Japanese Americans, Indians, etc., have all passed white Americans in terms of successful metrics, still, we know what we're talking about, a country born in slavery, right? So let's talk about that mindset, because I think we really need to get into a level playing field and self-correct this. Nepotism is okay. It's just we're really upset that someone else has the advantage, has the lead. There are two different mindsets you must understand. And I'm a track guy. Y'all know that's my favorite sport because it was the first sport and it's the purest sport. You know, the first two humans alive was like, oh, look at that food over there. Erasure. All right, that's sports, right? That's how they did it. Let's talk about this. In track, you can be an open runner. That means it's on you, dog. 100, 200, 400, keep going. Or you could be on the relay. Now, nepotism is showing you there's a relay. And as you're running, and I tell this to everybody, especially people who are from poor circumstances, right? Adverse backgrounds. I'm like, you are running a relay, not an open race. Stop trying to do everything for yourself. I only live once, so I'm going to do it all for me. No, all you're supposed to do is get the baton from your parents like I did. And I'm going to admit, we were way behind. And bone out, run, do your part. Do your part in service to hand this baton off to your kids, right? That's the relay mentality. That's nepotism. And we all subscribe to that. We just mad that when we get the baton, damn it, mama, damn it, daddy, why are we so damn far behind? And you throw the baton down and get all mad. Meanwhile, the other cat in the other lane is still running. I thought that was an amazing story right there, Devin McCourty. Thanks for getting me into that conversation to kind of big up what nepotism really is about.